What's going on, guys? Justin Williams here with Axis Off Grid, and on this video I've got my buddy Rich Poundstone doing solo friction fire, so stay tuned.
Phase 3 High Desert Survival. Today we're going to talk about fireboards and cactus and different things to build fires that we have in the desert. One of them is the sodal cactus. What we're going to do is show you how to harvest this, but we want to tell you that this actually flowers in the summer and it needs to be harvested after the flower drops off. So with this one, we're going to show you the spines are pretty sharp, so if you have a pair of gloves especially to move these spines back, you'll be able to get to the base of this stick that's growing up out of the center. And that's what we want, because this is the best in this area to start a fire and to be able to build a hearth board and do a bow drill, to be able to get a coal. This is one of the best ones we have in our area. So I'm going to show you how to go through and take it apart. Now normally what we do is we try and test it first to see if we can break it off, because sometimes they'll break off pretty easy, like this one just did. So we have the stalk right out of the center of the cactus, and we'll trim it, and we'll show you that some of this stuff just comes off fairly easy, depending on how old it is, or you know, when you actually harvest it. Okay guys, one thing we need to do is to clean this up, and the best way on some of these sodals is you just take your glove and pull back against the stems that are sticking out on the what would we call a leaf. And you see how easy it comes apart? But what's nice about this one is we want to make sure that we can use these for a spindle. So we use the top part for the spindles, and then we use the fatter end for our hearth board. So we get both out of that. Okay guys, we've harvested our sodal. Now I'm going to give a recommendation of hang 10 plus 2. That'll give us enough for a hearth board so that we can get ready to try and make a coal. So we're going to cut this in and make ourselves a hearth board. And you notice that this is actually like a real wood. It has fibers in it like wood, it cuts like wood, and it really is a solid piece of wood once you get everything cleaned off.
All right.
Okay guys, now we're ready to put our sodal on our log. We're going to try and baton a piece of this so that we can make our board. And it doesn't take much. You can follow this through and see how it flattens out. And we can flatten that out on both sides, or we can go down the middle, get it straight on there, so get our knife straight. Now see, we have several pieces that we can actually use for fireboard. So I'm going to get my knife, and what I'll do is we'll make a divot in the fireboard so that we can be able to have a place for our spindle when we get our spindle made. And all you need to do is just go ahead and start making our spindle. And now at the top of this sodal, remember when we had it, it was full of fibers. We pulled that off, and now we have room for a spindle. So we're going to cut it to make a spindle. We'll cut it about right here. Some guys like a big spindle, some guys like a thick spindle. And we'll do the same thing with this. We did a hang 10, right like that, plus 2. Okay? We'll go ahead and cut that. There you go. Now, we'll take our knife and start cleaning up a little bit. And it doesn't take much, just to slide on the notches a little bit, clean it up, make it nice and smooth. Okay.
Yep. Describe what your spindle looks like now.
Okay guys, we finished our spindle and we put the point on the top. We're trying to give it as much room on the bottom to fit in our divot to give us enough friction area and be able to spin in there, kind of burn it in first. And with the spindle, we're trying to get it as straight as we can. If you can see that, got a little bit of wiggle to it, but I think it'll be straight enough to get ourselves a coal. So now on this one, we're going to go ahead and see if we can't just burn our hole in, and we'll do our notching. So again, got my bow. This bow. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll position our where we need to be. Take our, lock it in. And we're just going to try and get her going here, get her to burning it a little bit. And we want to use the full length of the bow. So right now, I think we're burning pretty good. We know where our hole's going to be, so we'll make our notch. Remember, we burned our hole just to give us an idea where we need to make our notch. We made our notch part ways into the center, and we may need to go a little further in to get our coal to drop down, but we've got kind of a slant down there to where it'll drop out of the bottom. And we want to make sure that this is really nice and smooth so that the coal will drop down in there. If you can see that, I'll give you a shot here in just a second. You can see how it goes part way into the where we burned our mark for our spindle. That way we know where to mark it, we know where our coal's going to go, and we're going to show you how easy this is going to be to at least get a coal. So now we put our spindle there, got our bow, and I'd like to have a rock fits my hand, but a lot of guys, they use the different types of woods or make different things, but this one has some oil in it. I kind of like this, some favorite, so I carry it around with me. So we're going to see how we get this to go. Okay? We're going to use the full length of the bow. We can start getting a little bit of smoke. We'll keep going till we think we have a coal. I think we may have one. And just give it some time. You know, you're not in a big hurry. So we'll kind of get our bundle. And then what we'll do is kind of take this, kind of just drop it off right there. Okay? And then what we want to do is just put her in there. Give her a little heat. And then blow. And there's our fire in just a few minutes. So here in the Southwest, we don't have a problem with fire because it's already hot, and we do appreciate you watching, and we'll have other videos to come. This is Rich from Sigma 3 and High Desert Survival. Have fun out there, and remember, just enjoy yourself. Thank you.